Action is Ghetto Heaven TV, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hoping this video ain't the one they showed when I was in Trailer 49 and how they were showing all those videos. Man, they had me in this house saying I'm going back to Trailer 49, but I'm gonna let you know I ain't going back to Trailer 49. Alright? I just want y'all to know that. If I go back to Trailer 49, I just want you to know this right here. Whatever hip hop artist or basketball player, football player, track, because that was all the boxing, that was all the activities that I was the greatest at the ability. And what I wanted, wrestling, what I wanted to prove about those situations was that was not hallucination, because I watched it on some that you had to have your job feel at. So when they say we didn't have our job feel on that, it was because it was war in divided places. So it depends on what degree you had in life. So when you see, okay, I could have been like Eric Griffin. Eric Griffin had degrees. I had one of the greatest degrees in the 9th grade. One of the greatest degrees in the 9th grade. I ain't gonna tell you why or what degree it was, but when you see, I really was advanced. So what I'm saying is, you need to acknowledge that I live for kids, and the way I was advanced was that it was no image like I was no image like a god. But the works I brought to the table, they looked at me like, you ain't getting that, you invisible. So I still did the work, but it was, did you see me? I don't think they saw me. But they ain't captured it on tape. They captured it as a subject to death theory. So what I'm saying is, what I accomplished in my school career, what I learned in school, and what I did after I got out of school, don't say I didn't graduate, nothing like that. Don't say that. What I want you to say is, that was the greatest career of invisible to paper trail that you ever could have had, because my city in Eudora and Camden and Little Rock and every other place in Arkansas really depended on that. Because if you deny that, that means you went off to another state and you didn't care for Arkansas. You didn't care for the fact that we really ride for this. We really provided through what I was bringing to the table. But somebody wanted to snatch all that from me and say I wasn't the one. Which means you're not supposed to do this certain theory. I'm not going to say this on camera. But you will ruin their whole life. Trying to keep up with me to put me on video and having all those videos in a future tense or a past tense or whatever that was. Because if you did that, if you say I went to school in 2000, if you went to school in 2000 and 1999 and you say I leaked this video, it was on the internet, something false is going on. And we need to get to the bottom of it because this is 2025 right here. And all they were saying was I was ugly when they was watching the video or whatever. But what I'm trying to show you is some women were misleading politics and political science when they had the opportunity to go and pursue their dreams. But when they get off drugs or whatever they on, they probably can do the same thing I'm doing and probably even speak better just like me. But don't use me in vain just because I was successful. I ain't get a lot of money. I ain't get a lot of money from what I was doing. But if you would have honored me for what I did and what I brought to the table, you will see a lot of everybody gonna eat, everybody gonna drink, everybody, that's the everyday thing. That's what we gonna do. It ain't gonna change. So what I'm saying is, remember when I got beat up real bad? Y'all beat me up real bad because I guess it was because of these videos. They beat me up because of these videos, and they ain't like the fact that they want to bring all that misery on me. I had sores all over me. They wanted to say it was shingles red. Think about the time when they shipped me to a city. I ain't gonna say the name of the city, but they wanted to get back and use my mama as an excuse, and as the excuse to say that that's the reason why. They say I call them, at high school, I call my mama out her name. Which, okay, I didn't call her out her name. I just said the word when she pushed me down. But when you see, they really tried to use everything they could as a force and go against me and say they had every video. This is 2025. I'm healed from all those sores that was on my body. I didn't die from it because I fought back. I had skills to fight. So what I did, I fought back. I was in California. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So when they say you have to go to jail for this, no, I don't. Because if you knew why I had to fight and why everybody else puts up with the story like it wasn't true. It wasn't. It was just the people that say it wasn't true, the people that say I got this video a long time ago, we gonna mislead it. Or what I'm gonna show you is we gonna stop that misleading. Because this is the video that's gonna stop the mislead. Because the next album, Eric Griffin, Lorenzo, Gold Crop, Flow Book, all that, Diamond Crop, it's gonna change the whole year of 2026. Because when they say we got all the stuff he did in 2026 back in high school, it's gonna outdate high school. But when you go to high school to learn and you want to forever learn, I didn't want to be discussed in high school to get my first place Invisible to Paper Trail stolen from me. Because they ain't gonna say it wasn't me anyway. But when you see it really, I was the one that moved anywhere on that board. Which they knew was just when I said this, they wanted Dr. Dre story out there to destroy me. Right? So they had that story out there too, that he destroyed me. So what I was trying to say, they were showing all this in high school, saying don't go to California, doing all this stuff. It was just all the story was out there. But it was fiction. So don't get fiction mixed up with facts. Man, I did go fight. I did get into a big situation. And when girls seen the video, they wasn't approving. He Urkel or he ain't cute. He ain't cute as the number 2 Invisible the Paper Trail. Whatever. It was just I was cuter. Really, I didn't wear what you gonna see. You gonna dislike it, but you gonna see I was cuter. But it was just I hate the fact that y'all didn't agree with me because that's what took y'all under the #2 invisible the paper trail. So when y'all say we all lost, we all died, you thought good looks took you down through there and destroyed you. I'm here to tell you. I got this. You saw that I was so lazy because I got that I shot out when I went to the Olympics one year. I was having sex with this girl and then all of a sudden she shot me in my eye. It might go straight now and they might say ain't nothing wrong with his eye. But when you see how lazy that eye is right there, that eye is not remote because it got a bullet put inside the eyeball and they really changed it back and put another eyeball in it. But what I'm saying is a lot of things like that happened to me and they knew it in high school. So it was like I didn't predict this in high school, but high school knew it was gonna happen to me. They had the story about QD in elementary and stuff like that. So when they say that's not me or whatever, I was secret about that. I ain't gonna talk about that. I'm gonna be secret about that because I don't want to destroy people through my conversation. I want you to learn through my conversation that people were trying to attack me because of my conversation. Like people I went to school with. But when girls get this video, they say, "Ugh, he ugly." You saw my eye here? But all I want you to see is I'm gonna recite this video just like it's 2025 Southern Time Zone. Midwest is not where I'm from. But you might say he in Midwest. No, Midwest is sort of like Southern Time Zone. So what I'm saying is, I'm in Little Rock, man. If you got beef with these stories and when you say I make national headlines, and be sure to know that it's past 2001, 2002, 2003. And when they say it was already, when they show that old tapes of we already passed that video, we already accomplished what he done, we already closed the case from where I was. I'm here to reopen it because all they saying is my family is dead. So I'm like, I want my family to live. You feel me? I want my family to live. You feel me? I don't want you to die. Then